Hi, I'm Christina Korecki. I'm here with the Shore Friendly Kitsap program, and today I'm in beautiful Oyster Bay, Bremerton, with Mr. Mike Schiller, the owner of this property and a Shore Friendly participant. I'm here at his project site, and I was hoping that you could share it with us and share your project with us.
I've had this property since like 2008, and there had always been this wooden bulkhead, and it was like right along here, so you can almost see from like over there where the concrete wall ends on my neighbor's property. Straight out from there were about 50 feet worth of wooden pilings, and they'd been here for Lord only knows when. And they were starting to rot away at the base of a bunch of them, and eventually the sea was going to reclaim them anyway, but they created this really hard edge to the shoreline, and we, with the help of the Shoreline and Shore Friendly program, right, we got all those pilings removed, and then as we were regrading some of the earth behind where the pilings were, we discovered a huge pile of garbage. So apparently some previous owner had used this as a garbage dump. So we found an old beer keg, and we found parts of like a door to an automobile, and we found a bunch of plastic toys and all kinds of other things. So we picked through all that garbage, brought in a couple big 2-man or 4-man rocks over here, and one big tree, and used it to stabilize the hillside right in against the shoreline, and then graded the earth. So this had just been more or less a slope down into the pilings, but now we graded it so that it has these multiple pathways and a couple planting areas, and I've planted like 150 different native plants just to try to hold the hillside in place, and most of the plants have made it, so it's like 6 months since we did a lot of this work, and maybe 4 months since I did all the plantings, and it seems to, we lost a few plants, but most of them seem to be doing okay, and we're starting to see some results, so I guess next summer we'll see even more. But we've been really happy, and I know I don't live here anymore. I used to live in this house. Now I rent it out to other folks, but everybody seems very pleased with the results, and the spot where the fire pit sits actually sits up higher than it used to, so it gets a nicer view of Oyster Bay and of the fireworks on the 4th of July and things like that. So my tenants seem to be pretty pleased with how that turned out, and that's pretty much the project. Although, the other important things I'll say is I was very excited to be able to redo all this and remove the old wooden pilings, but we saved that madrone tree right there, and we saved this madrona tree over here, and we were able to not interfere with the steps. So my neighbors all have an easement that comes down the side of my property to access the shore, so we were able to save the steps and the little pathway and everything, and then grade the pathway right down into here. So everything that I needed to stayed, and we got a way better shoreline. The pickle grass that we're standing in now seems to be thriving, and I don't know, from what I can tell, everybody's happy.
Can you tell me how you got interested in doing something like this? What was the motivation?
So, as the owner, the Shore Friendly program sent me a postcard to my house in Pennsylvania, and I was like, hey, this is something, I've been thinking about doing something with this silly bulkhead anyway, because I said, it's going to collapse and the sea was going to reclaim it. So I saw this postcard, and it said, we can help, and there's some money available to help pay for the effort. And so I responded to the, email address on the postcard, and someone from the Shore Friendly program called me back, and we just started that conversation.
And did you have a big vision before you started the design process?
I did not. I had no particular vision other than just removing the bulkhead, because it was ugly and needed to go.
Yeah.
I consider myself a strong environmentalist, so I appreciated the idea of having a soft shoreline and making you more ecological friendly for all of the plants and animals that are here, but I didn't have any particular design.
And you were mentioning too that the design has helped a little bit with improving the view and opening up the area, and something about the fire pit.
It has. It just made everything. I think it activated the backyard just a whole bunch more than it had been, because you didn't. I think before it felt like there was this hard barrier there, and the yard just kind of ended, and you weren't supposed to go past that. And now it's much more inviting to kind of use the entirety of the backyard and come down. It's certainly easier to get a kayak down here and into the water. And especially on a morning like this with low tide, it really opens things up into this big, expansive view of Oyster Bay.
Well, thanks for sharing this with us.
And thanks a bunch to the Shore Friendly program.